Dear students and viewers, today I am here for the second lecture of the video lecture series of the Geotechnical Engineering. The topic of this lecture 2 is the origin of soil. In the last lecture, that is the first lecture of the Geotechnical Engineering video series, I have discussed about the geotechnical engineering, the introduction of geotechnical engineering, what is geotechnical engineering, what are the geotechnical problems, and why it's necessary to study about the geotechnical engineering. And after that, I have discussed about the syllabus of the geotechnical engineering for BTech Civil third year of AKTU University, and then the reference books. Now, today I am going to start the another topic of first unit, that is the origin of soil. So in this video lecture, I will discuss about the origin of soil, how the soil is originated, how the soil is formed, and what are the process happened or occurred for the formation of soil. So in the next, the first of all, origin of soil. So soil is an incidental material formed by vast geological soil, which vast geological cycle, which has been going on continuously for millions of years of geological time. So here soil is an incidental materials. Incidental materials, why? Because it is not necessary that it can happen in any time, but the conditions for the formation of soil is met, then in that case the soil will form. That's why it's called the incidental materials. And it is formed by the vast geological cycle. For the formation of soil, there is a vast geological cycle is going on. So here you can see in this picture, the geological cycle consists the four major parts. First is the erosion or the weathering, another is the transportation and deposition, and then upheaving. So these are the four cycle, continuous cycle of the geological cycle. Actually, in the geological cycle, the rocks are weathered, then transported, and then deposition will occur, and then after again upheaving, and again its rock will the form. We will discuss in detail in the rock cycle. So this is the geological cycle. So the soil is formed by the vast geological cycle, and which has been going on continuously for millions of years. Soil has formed by continuous process of these four geological cycle, and in the continuous of millions of years will taken and will occur for the formation of the soil. So we can say that the soil is a incidental material. It formed by the geological cycle, and it takes millions of years of continuous cycle, and it is a very complex material. Now next, what is the definition of the soil? The soil is an any uncemented or weakly cemented accumulation of mineral particles formed by the weathering of rocks. So soil is any uncemented. Uncemented, it means that it is unbounded, or weakly cemented, it means that it is firmly bounded. So it is the accumulation of uncemented, it means that it is the unbounded or the weakly cemented, or it may be the firmly attached accumulation of mineral particles. So it is the accumulation of mineral particles. So this can be the accumulation of mineral particles, and that is formed by the weathering of rocks. What is weathering? There is a one term weathering. So I have to define the weathering. So weathering is a process of mechanical and chemical process to worn out or broken down the rocks which has exposed to the weather. So weathering is a process of mechanical and chemical, and it generally worn out or broken down the rocks which are the exposed in the weather condition and in the environmental conditions. So the soil, and again in the definition, the soil is the uncemented or weakly cemented accumulation of the mineral particles, and it is formed by the weathering of rock. That is, it means that by the mechanical and chemical process that worn out or broken down the rocks in the weather conditions. So this is the definition of the soil. In the simple word, we can also say that soil is disintegrated part of the rocks. So in the simple word, we can also say that soil, it is a disintegrated part because the soil is made from the worn out or broken down in the process of weathering from the rocks. That's why it is called a disintegrated part. Now the next rock cycle. Here I want to give some idea about the rock cycle, how the soil is formed and how the rock again formed during the rock cycle. Here in this picture you can see that there is a exposed rocks that is exposed to the weather, and due to the weathering it means that the parameter or conditions of the weathers like heat, temperature, rain, and etc. In that case, the soil, the exposed rock, it erodes down, and due to erosion, that worn out or broken down soil particles, rock particles, that can be transported and deposited. It is transported through the water, air, or some glacier part, and after when its speed goes down, then it goes to the deposition for the deposition, and finally when it goes to under the sea or very low level, then it goes to the sedimentation process, and in the sedimentation process again, due to the compaction and cementation, it's formed the sedimentary rocks, and further this sedimentary rock, when it goes deeper inside the earth under the high temperature and pressure, again it's made to the metamorphic rocks, and again metamorphic rocks, when it is melted, it is converted into the magma or igneous rock. Generally magma from the molten crust and mantles that can also exposed or also come out from the volcanic activities to the ground, and that is called the igneous rocks. So in this process, when the rock, exposed rock is weathered and eroded and transported and deposited and finally sedimented on the ground surface, and after compaction and cementation, it becomes the sedimentary rock. And all these type of the rocks can slowly uplift to the surface. And when it's again slowly uplift to the surface, the sedimentary, metamorphic or igneous rock, the magma can also crystallize and made as a igneous rock, and again it come up to the surface. Then in that case again the surface of the rocks in the explosion, in the free explosion of the weather or in the environment, and again the weathering process and erosion has happened. So this is the cycle of formation of rock, and during this cycle the soil is formed by the weathering and erosion and during the transportation and deposition. So here I am not going in detail about the rock cycle or the different type of the rocks. Here the igneous, metamorphic and sedimentary are the three different type of the rocks, and I am not going in detail here because I have to be concerned with the only soil. So the soil is the process that is made under the rock cycle by the weathering and erosion and during the transportation and deposition. Now the next, erosion or weathering. So already we have seen that what is weathering. Weathering is the mechanical or chemical process by which the exposed rock goes to worn out or broken down. So this weathering has the geological cycle has the three phases. Here erosion, transportation and deposition, and upheaval or the earth movement. These are the three geological cycle. So in these three geological cycle, the first one is the erosion or the weathering. So this weathering is again divided into two parts. Already I have defined the weathering, that is the physical and chemical process. So weathering is divided into two parts. One is the physical weathering, another is the chemical weathering. Physical weathering is also called the mechanical weathering. So now we will discuss about the different parts of the weathering. The first one is the physical weathering. So what is the here erosion? Erosion is the simply degradation of exposed rock by weathering. By the weathering process, the degradation of exposed rock, that is called the erosion. And the cycle of geological cycle is started from the erosion phase. Now the physical and mechanical weathering. Now the physical weathering. So as per its name, physical weathering, that's the weathering that happen due to the physical parameters like heat, rain, moving waters, gravity, and etc. So the physical weathering, generally the physical weathering process are due to the exfoliation, erosion of rock caused by the action of wind, water, glaciers, and disintegration caused by alternate freezing and thawing in cracks in the rock. So now the first one, exfoliation. What is exfoliation? Actually, in the exfoliation, the breaking of outer layer of rock due to heat and weathering. The You can see in the picture figure 2, there is a rock surface that is under the heat of the sun. The rock surface heats up and expands. It goes to the expand due to the heat. And in the night, when the temperature is goes down, in that case rock surface again cools and contracts. So in the day season, in the daytime it goes to expand due to the heat, and in the night due to the low temperature it goes to cool and contracts. So this process continuously day by day, every day it's going on, and that's why due to the contraction and expansion, the joints from the outer part of the rock goes to the loose, going to be the loose, and that's why this portion have the cracks, and after a long time its original rock surface has broken and it comes into the a smaller rock part. So you can see in this picture the process of exfoliation. So in this way, due to the heat or due to the temperature change and the contraction and expansion, the rock goes to disintegrated and the soil is formed. So this process is called exfoliation. So this is the one process of physical weathering. Another is the erosion of rock caused by the action of wind, water, and glaciers. This is another reason of the soil formation due to the physical weathering. Here, if any rock surface or exposed surface of the rock that is encountered with a high speed wind or high stream of water or the flow of the glacier, then due to that these agencies, the exposed portion of the rocks is the exposed portion of the rock that is goes to the worn out, and that is broken down, and again the soil is formed by this erosion process. And the next is the disintegration caused by the alternating freezing and thawing in cracks in the rocks. So this is the freezing, you know, that's the freezing, that is the uh, freeze of the water, and thawing, that is the expansion of the water or the melting of the water. So when any rock, you can see in this picture 4, the process of freezing and thawing, here the rock have the some cut or some holes, in that water collects in the rock crack area, and when due to the temperature, low temperature, water freezes and it goes to expand and forcing crack to the widen. The forces make it to wide, and again when the temperature goes to up, in that case the ice thaws and it contracts and the water gets deeper into the crack again. You can see here the water goes in deeper side, and this process is continuously repeated, the expansion and contraction due to the freezing and thawing of the waters in the crack. In that way, in after a long time, the repetition of expansion and contraction, it causes the cracks when the rock is split out. So in this way again, the soil is formed. So these three are the major process by which the soil is physically weathered and the soil formed. Now the next, what are the properties of soil formed due to the physical weathering? So what is the properties of soil due to the physical weathering? Now the same composition of parent rock, The soil that is formed from the physical weathering, the composition of soil is not altered, it remains the same. The second is the soil has a large size or bulky form. Here the size of the soil that is formed from the physical weathering is the large size, and it is also called the bulky form. You can see in this picture there is a gravel and sand. So this soil formed from the weathering that have the large size, and it is also called the bulky form. Generally the granular soil or gravel and sand formed due to the physical weathering. And this is very important things, that the gravel and sand form due to the physical weathering. Generally gravel and sand, it is a type of the soil. We will study it in detail in the further classes. So here just gravel and sand are those type of the soil that have the particle size greater than 75 micron, and that is called the granular soil. So the granular soil is formed due to the physical weathering. Another is the shape of soils are indicated as angular, rounded, flat, and elongated. The shape formed by the soil formed by the physical weathering are generally angular, rounded, flat, and elongated. You can see in this picture, figure 6, that it is a flat. Flat, it means that the surface area is more elongated. There, one part or one portion of the soil particle is long, and angular, it has the same, various angle parts, and there are the angular shapes, and in the round it will be almost the circular or the rounded shape. So these are the four major shapes that will be formed due to the physical weathering. Now another structural arrangement is single grain. The structural arrangement of the soil is the single grain. You can see in this picture 5 that the soil grain has the single grain. Each grain, if you say this is the sand, in the sand also the each particle has the individual existence and it remains in the single grain form. Now the soil particles are directly contact with adjoining particles without any bond between them. So the soil particles that is not connected with each other by any bond, and it remains just in direct contact with the adjoining soil particles. Now the state of the particles described as dense, medium, dense, or loose. The state of the soil formed from the physical weathering, that is defined or analysis on the basis of their density. So it is its states are defined as a dense or medium dense or the loose sands. So these properties are the properties of the soil that is made from the physical weathering. So I think this is a very important. I again want to recall you that the composition of the soil is same. The soil has a large size or bulky form. It generally the soil formed is the gravel and sand, and that is the granular soil. The shape of the soil is angular, rounded, flat, and elongated. Its structure arrangement is the single grain, and soil particles are directly contact with adjoining particles without any bond, and the state of the particles described as dense, medium dense, or loose. Now the next is the chemical weathering. So again, the chemical weathering is the process of weathering that is due to the chemical agents. So here the chemical process like hydration, carbonation, and oxidation of rocks due to the action of water that containing the acid or alkalis, oxygen, and carbon dioxide are the main agent of formation. So how the chemical weathering happens? The chemical weathering, in the chemical weathering process, the hydration, it means that the reaction with the hydrogen, reaction with the water, the carbonation, that is reaction with the carbon, and the oxidation, that the reaction with the oxygen. That happens with the rocks. Generally, it happens with due to the action of water, and that water which containing the acid or alkalis or some oxygen and carbon dioxide. So by these chemicals like the acid or alkalis, oxygen, and carbon dioxide, with interaction with these chemical, the rocks goes to disintegrate and the soil is formed, and that soil that is formed from the these process, that is called the chemical weathered soil. So now again, the what are the properties of the chemical weathering soil? The composition of soil changed from the parent rock. Here there is a major difference between the physical weathering and chemical weathering. Due to the physical weathering, the soil has the same composition as the parent rock, but in the chemical weathering, due to the reaction with the chemicals like acid, alkalis, oxygen, and carbon dioxide, and this process of hydration, carbonation, and oxidation, the soil composition has changed, and that is different from the parent rock. Now the formed soil are group of crystalline particles of colloidal size of less than 2 micron. So here the soil is formed, that is in the group of the crystalline particles. Crystalline, it means that the some definite geometrical pattern of the soil particles or the mineral particles. Colloidal size, it means that that size is such that that is not easily suspended, or that cannot easily settle down. So the soil that formed from the chemical weathering has the crystalline group of crystalline particles, and its size is very less. It is less than 2 micron, and that is called the colloidal size because it is not easily settled down, and generally it is suspended in the water or the air. So this soil is also called the clay minerals. Now the most of the clay mineral particles have the plate-like forms. Again, the shape of the soil particles formed by the chemical weathering are like the plate-like. It will the surface its surface is large in compared to their thickness or length. Now the long needle-shaped particles can also occur but are comparatively rare. The long needle-shaped particles size is also happens in the case of the chemical weathering. Now the next is the particles have high specific surface. As its shape is the plate-like, that's why the surface is large. So that's why its specific surface is high. What is a specific surface? A specific surface is the ratio of surface area to the mass. Here, the soil formed due to the chemical weathering have the higher surface area in compared to the mass. So the surface area uh, dominant on the mass of the soil. That's why that is influenced by significantly by the surface's force. So that's why due to the high specific surface, the soil formed from the chemical weathering have significantly influenced by the surface forces, and obviously we know that the forces that is acting along the surface, that is called the shear force. So that's why in the case of chemical weathered soil, the shear force is predominant. So these are the properties. Again, I want to repeat there. The composition of soil particles changes from the parent rock. It is formed in the crystalline group of particles. The size is called less than 2 micron, that is called the colloidal size, and that is also called the clay minerals. Its minerals particles have the plate-like structure, and needle-shaped structures are also happens, and the particles have the high specific surface, and due to this, it significantly the surface forces like the shear force will dominate in the case of chemical weathered soil, that is called the clay soil. So now next, I want to show you some chemical weathering pictures. You can see that there is a seed rain. Here there is a seed rain, and due to the seed rains, soil is the rock that is reacted with the acids and make the chemical weathered soil. In their case, the dissolved water is flowing through the rocks, and the chemical weathering going to happen. Here the carbon dioxide, the sea beach, the waves of the water coming and going out on the sea beach of the rocks, that's supposed to disintegrate. That is called the carbon dioxide. Due to the carbon dioxide, the carbonation is going on. Due to the oxidation, also the chemical weathering will happen. And there is a organism is also the sometimes some animals or some any organism that makes some disintegration of rocks, and it is also under the chemical weathering. So these are the causes of the chemical weathering. And in this another picture, you can see that these are the shapes. You can see here in the figure B, you can see that that is the plate-like structure. Here you can also see in this that there is a plate-like structure that is in the crystalline form also. And you can see here that it is a needle type, long needle type structure also of the clay particles. That is the shape of the clay particles. So in the today class, we have discussed about how the soil is formed, what is the geological cycle, what is the rock cycle, and what is the weathering, and different type of the two major type of the weathering like the physical weathering and chemical weathering. So today I am here going to stop my class. In the next class, we will study about the transportation of the soil, and transported soil, residual soil, and another different type of the soil formed during the weathering conditions. Thank you.